The Good Nurse. In 2003, at a regular hospital in New Jersey, an experienced nurse named Amy Lafferty was working her night shifts. She was a hardworking woman, a single mother, and she was dealing with heart disease. Everything seemed normal until one night, a patient who had been stable suddenly died just a few minutes later. The doctors were baffled. No medication errors were reported, and there had been no warning signs that the patient's condition was worsening. And that was just the beginning. A few nights later, another patient who had been improving suddenly suffered cardiac arrest. Then another, and another. Any pattern? None. Cause of death? Unknown. But the number of unexpected deaths was becoming abnormal. Around the same time, a new nurse joined the unit, a calm, kind, and very friendly man. His name was Charles Cullen. He became close to Amy. He helped her with work, and when her heart condition flared up, he would take over her tasks. To Amy, he seemed like a blessing, a friend she could lean on, someone she could trust. Meanwhile, the strange deaths kept happening, and the hospital was giving the police no answers. The deaths became so numerous that the case was handed over to the police. But the hospital wasn't cooperating, reports were incomplete, some records were missing, and others had been deleted. It was almost as if the hospital administrators wanted the issue to quietly disappear without a scandal. The police only knew: 1. The deaths were unusual. 2. They were linked to medication. 3. Someone in the drug system was tampering. But no one knew who. Knowing Amy was one of the most skilled nurses, the police asked for her help. Amy explained the medication system, who had access to dangerous drugs, what hours drugs could be ordered, and how medications like insulin or digoxin could cause death. With her help, investigators followed the trail and uncovered terrifying details. Strange orders for very strong drugs. Orders that were canceled but were actually used. Unusual access to drugs at hours no one would expect. But they still didn't know the person's identity. Then the police compared shift schedules with medication records. A common link emerged. All the deaths occurred only when one specific person was on shift. When they told Amy the name, her world spun. Yes, the same, Amy's close friend and the good nurse at the hospital, Charles Cullen. The police knew the only person who could reveal the truth was Amy. So they asked her to talk to her co-worker. They met at a cafe. Amy's voice shook as she asked, "Could it be you? Did you do something you weren't supposed to?" A few seconds of silence. A few seconds that felt like a nightmare to Amy. Then a calm voice said, "Amy, they knew, but said nothing." It was like a hidden confession. Suspicion became reality. Amy immediately called the police, and they arrested the killer. His name, Charles Cullen. At first, Charles remained silent. But when he realized Amy had testified against him, he broke down. He confessed that, during 16 years working at 9 different hospitals, he had continuously injected drugs like digoxin, insulin, and other legal medications into intravenous bags. No one noticed because the doses were small and undetectable. Or by contaminating the intravenous bags, he caused cardiac arrests. Hospitals, to avoid scandal, simply transferred him to the next hospital without reporting him. Confirmed victims, 29 people. Estimated real number, up to 400. Charles Cullen became one of the deadliest serial killers in American history. And the person who ended this nightmare? That simple, kind-hearted nurse, Amy. On March 2nd, 2006, Cullen was sentenced to 18 consecutive life sentences. It is said that under his sentence, he is not eligible for parole until June 10th, 2388.